Buenas noches. We had a long day of travel today. Very long day, but we made it to Bariloche. We're going to be here for the next 4 days. This is our first glimpse of the area. Beautiful evening here in southern Argentina. This is Lake Nahuel Huapi. It's a little hazy this morning, but that should lift later in the day.
We are about to embark on another adventure. Bariloche is lake and mountain country, so our first adventure is going to be taking a chairlift up to the top of a mountain, and apparently this view from up there is spectacular. So this is where we're at. This is Cerro Campanero, and there's the chairlift that's going to take us up to the top, and here is some of the structures, the architecture that we're seeing in Bariloche. Bariloche has a lot of Swiss-style architecture. A lot of it's made out of logs and wood. We've just loaded the chairlift and we're on the way to the top. It's a 10-minute ride to the top. So, this is exciting.
It is exciting. Lots of beautiful views already this morning. Spectacular place.
I was missing skiing, so this is kind of well, not quite like skiing, but we're riding up a chairlift, so that sort of reminds me of skiing in a little way. This is pretty cool.
A very old two-person chairlift.
A very old and slow. It's like the old Burfield chair at Sun Peaks or Todd Mountain back in the day, for sure. We're getting very near the top, and we intend to walk down, and I think right here is the trail. Walk down, and there is the top. But first of all, we got to check out the view from the top. This should be amazing. Let's see how we're doing here. We're taking pictures of each other. Gracias, senor. Well, this is what we get to see first in our adventure. This is amazing. As I said earlier, wind their way in and around all the mountains and valleys. This is part of the view from the top of Cerro Campanero of Lake Huapi. This is beautiful. Very, very reminiscent of British Columbia. This is fabulous. That mountain right there in the middle of the screen is the highest mountain around this area. That ridge that we're looking at right there is over 3,400 meters high. I thought that it was a little low for some mountains in the Andes, but this is amazing. We are surrounded by mountains and lakes. This area here is considered the north part of the Patagonia area. The Patagonia area goes right down to the southern part of Argentina. I'll be riding there on my bike, but the only part of it we're going to see in this part of the trip is right around here. We're making our way up to another viewpoint along this very rugged and interesting trail. So much to see here. It's really hard to do it justice by even with video and pictures. So we'll do the best we can. There is the city of Bariloche, about 10 kilometers that way. But there's lots of people living in the valleys along the lakes around here. It's beautiful. Sitting at about 3,000 feet above sea level, this would make for a very pleasant climate. Although, it does get a lot of snow in the wintertime. Suzanne and I have opted to walk down instead of ride the chair down, and we just are about to start heading down the trail. So this is what it's going to look like part of the way down. This is the start. It starts off with a quite steep set of stairs. I do think it levels out quite a bit after this, so let's hope so. Yes, this is much more civilized. And there is a look at the lift that brought us up here. And we are on our way down. As we're walking down, we are encountering a lot of people walking up. Pretty hardy souls. Good way to get a workout for your day. Get your work in out for the day. But yeah, it's a very pleasant walk down. Yeah, so we're making our way down. There's a few routes and whatnot that we have to negotiate our own. But other than that, it's a pretty good trail. Hola.
Hola. Grabando todo el recorrido.
Oh, no hablo español.
Oh, are you great for the way?
Yes, I'm walking, or we're taking the way down. We actually rode the lift up, but we're going to walk down.
Oh, me speak English, it's not very good.
Yes.
But we'll try.
We're trying. Yeah, my Spanish isn't very good either, so.
Where are you from?
Canada.
Canada.
See,
Oh.
where are you from?
No, Argentina.
Argentina?
Yeah, for here in Buenos Aires.
From Buenos Aires?
Yeah.
Great.
Where are your canal for YouTube? Oh,
Dusty
one
Nova.
second, I search it.
Write that in.
Yeah.
Good. Where'd you learn to speak English?
Not very good, but I try.
You try, yeah.
Yeah.
But you do have a lot of English.
Yeah.
Did you learn in school or?
Really, no, in school now. Autodidact.
Ah.
Yeah, movies, course apart.
That should be a U, not a Y.
Dusty.
Okay, Suzanne and I were walking down the trail, and we were so fortunate to run into these wonderful people, and we just started chatting with them, and I'd like to introduce you to them. Alan, tell us who you are.
My name is Alan Sawiki,
And where do you live?
Argentina,
Yeah.
in Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. And you?
Argentina, Buenos Aires.
See? And you?
I'm Magda, I'm from Poland, and I travel to my family in Argentina.
Yes, now I understand that you guys are cousins.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's fantastic. It has been an absolute pleasure meeting these guys. We've been chatting with them for a few minutes, and it's time for us to move on down. It was a pleasure, you guys. Mucho gusto. Pleasure to meet you.
Equal. Equal.
Okay.
Good trip.
Good time. Okay, enjoy you guys. Enjoy your hike up. Bye. Well, we met another fellow walking up. This fellow's from Japan.
Hello,
Hello. What's your name?
my name is Masa from
Yes.
Japan.
Where are you traveling to and from?
I came from the Chile,
Chile?
12 months. I just came in the Bariloche a couple of days ago, and so far a couple of treks I've done. Today it's Campanario.
Campanario.
Yeah,
Hey.
exciting.
Well, it'll be well worth the effort for you when you get to the top. Beautiful views.
Yeah. Okay. How
Okay.
far away to the summit?
Maybe 600 meters.
600 meters.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
almost there.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
you bet. Take care.
Take care.
Well, we're just about done.
Yes.
That wasn't too bad of a hike.
No.
Well,
That was about as hard as eating that piece of chocolate cake you ordered for lunch.
you know, the trail was definitely harder than eating that piece of cake, because eating that piece of cake was quite easy. It was delicious. But here is the end of the trail, and that is a wrap for Campanero. We've stopped just as we entered the ecological reserve here in Bariloche, taking a stroll through the forest and having a look at these massive evergreen trees. I'm not sure what they are, but they are huge. They're probably 150 feet high. Here's the trail we're walking on, and it takes us down to a lake, and then we'll walk beside a lake for a little while. Apparently it's really nice down by the lake. Unfortunately, I can't tell you too much about this forest that we're walking through, but it is beautiful. Just to give you some perspective, I will get Suzanne to stand beside that tree back here and show you how big it is. There you go.
Big tree.
Big tree, yes. That's got to be at least 6 feet across. And who knows how tall. Well, we weren't sure what we were going to find in here, but this is a bench that we've discovered. And we've also discovered that there's a boardwalk down there that we'll go check out. Where's the Arayan Forest? Yeah, it's some pretty interesting looking trees. It's incredibly shaped, odd color. Well, that concludes that little loop. We'll carry on down the trail and see what else we could find. Wow, look at this monster. This goes up and up and up and just turns into a gnarly old haunted tree. These are completely different landscapes than what we've been seeing anywhere else in South America. The beautiful blue waters, and the high mountain peaks, the gnarly trees, the evergreens. Oh, the color of this water is amazing. Just a nice, bright, brilliant bluey green, backdrop by that magnificent mountain. We stopped here at this little lunch spot, and I'm going to try and let you guess what they're going to feature here. Before we go order lunch, come on over here and have a look at what's happening right here. Beautiful creek running right beside this little concession stand. Oh, we stopped at another point of interest where there is gardens and a restaurant that sells beer and whatnot, but we can't go in the restaurant today because you can only go in with a reservation that you have to make one day before. Apparently it's very popular, but we didn't know that, so we didn't make a reservation, and besides we just stopped and had something to eat anyway. But there are food trucks, and there's apparently a tent down there that we can actually stop and have a beer outside in the tent, which will be just fine with us. This area here is referred to as Patagonia kilometer 24.7. And this is the high-end salon that we're not allowed in because we don't have reservations, but right next door is an outdoor beer garden where we can go have a beer. Well, apparently this is where the mere mortals can have a beer, hang out in a hammock, sit at a picnic table, and here's the beers. Right here, we've got a whole bunch of beers on tap, so we'll figure out what we're going to have after we check out the lake. Well, there's the beer garden there. This is the view that we're going to have when we go get a beer. This is magnificent. So there's my beer, and this is the tap system that they got set up. Great big copper-colored pipes. Not only do we have a magnificent view, you could also play a little bit of foosball if you were so inclined. But I probably wouldn't have a chance against these guys. We've decided to sit and have a beer here. Suzanne's enjoying part of the Scottish lager that we got. Doesn't get any better than this. This is it for this part of the tour. We'll head on down the road and see what else we can find.
Good morning. Yesterday, on our first day in Bariloche, we toured the Lake District and were treated to so many spectacular views. It was an absolutely incredible day. And today, we're heading deeper into the mountains. We're actually heading towards Chile and an area called Pampa Linda. And we're looking forward to what this area will have to offer. Well, Dusty Nomad,
Yes?
what do you think so far?
Oh, this is incredible. Every day I see something better and better and better. You know, when we get to one place and think, oh, couldn't get any better than this, we go to the next and it does. It's just more and more to see.
Absolutely.
Every area we go to is different. It has something different to offer. Beautiful mountains, crystal clear lakes. It is fantastic. Makes me feel right at home.
This is the view from our stop on the way to Pampa Linda. Seems to be a popular little swimming area.
We stopped at another viewpoint along the road. We are at a lake along the way, and we're looking at Isla Picuhuapi. This is just tremendously beautiful. This is a glacial river that's coming from the melting glacier that is up over there. And it's green because of all the bits and particles that are in the glacial ice that have accumulated in the ice over here. We have been getting glimpses of this massive mountain that has a great big glacier right there. Cerro Tronador. It is 3,478 meters high. Just over 10,000 feet. It is spectacular. It's 48 kilometers of dirt road off the main road and 30 kilometers from Bariloche to the turnoff. So yeah, it's not very far, but it's taken a long time because it's slow driving and we stopped a lot to take videos and pictures. Well, we just had a great lunch here in this lodge of Argentinian goulash. Delicious, and this is in the shadow of the glacier. It is magnificent up there. We are embarking on about a 30-minute little trek to see a waterfall, probably the one that feeds this river. And when we get back, we'll probably jump in there to cool off.
It's hot.
It is hot today. What a day we've got. From the volcano to this side of the valley, there's all these volcanic formations. These hills were formed by volcanic activity millions and millions of years ago. And these bluffs are the result. And here is another viewpoint of the river that the falls probably falls into. It is going to be very inviting after our hike. This is a beautiful walk through the forest. In the shade, it's not too bad. In full sun, it is very hot. Well, I'm almost ready for that swim I've been thinking about right now on this bridge. I know it's going to be cold, but it will feel great. This is like an enchanted forest, completely overgrown, providing excellent shade on this hot day. Said it was going to get to 27 or 28. It's all of that up here.
Oh yeah.
This area must be swampy at times.
Yes.
Well, it's a bit swampy right now. We're looking at the trees and the sun.
And the beautiful forest.
These trees are huge. When I first got here, I couldn't see the waterfalls. I thought, where is it? Because it's almost evaporated or disappears in the shadows, but then I had to look way up, and there it is. Wow. That is spectacular. And this is where I'm going to go for a swim, right there. These young lads look like they're going to go and have a shower underneath the waterfall. But the bottom of the waterfall moves depending on which way the breeze is blowing. And they were almost there, but then a little breeze came up and moved it over about 10 feet. Beautiful glacial creek. The views of the glacier are getting better and better the closer we get to it. We might drive up the road a little bit further and see what else we can see.
Oh,
that feels good. Cool off. What a way to cool off. We're taking our four-wheel drive Renault car through the water. Oh, we're moving up the road a little bit, and we saw this beautiful view of the glacier with the braided creek in the foreground. The Manto and the Black glaciers are two glaciers on the move. They're both just sliding down the mountain. I can see dozens and dozens of waterfalls coming off the glacier as on this hot day as everything is melting. Up there is the Manso Glacier, and it's sliding down the hill and breaking off as it goes over those cliffs. And right down here, and it's hard to see, right there is what they call the Black Glacier. And I suspect they call it the Black Glacier because it's got a bunch of glacial hill on top of the glacier, making it black. And right down here at this edge, there are several large chunks of ice.
and we're going to go and stand on one of them.
Are we?
No.
Gonna break the rules?
No, we're not going to break the rules.
There's a sign there that says paso no Passar. Pellegrino, no passar. Danger, no trespassing. On this end of the lake, we're getting some hoodoos forming from erosion from that pile of gravel that was left here from the Ice Age glaciers about 10,000 years ago. As we pan around here, we can see the entire lake and the Black Glacier dropping into the lake right there. Well, this is going to be a wrap for today as we are at the end of the road. And it's after 5 o'clock and it's a 2.5 hour drive back to towns. But the day's not over yet.
No, there's still the evening, but also we have to be out of the park. I think they close the gate at 7:30, so we have to boogie.
I just wanted to mention one more thing before we go. I counted over 21 waterfalls coming off the glacier and down falling over that cliff. That's what's feeding the lake and all the rivers that are heading down the valley.